Washington, May 9, the National Baseball 9 of the city after their game with the Atlanta here tomorrow will start at once on their northern tour. They go direct to New York and will play the Athletic Prinetons and many other good clubs for the championship of the Eastern States. The game today results Nationals 2, Atlantic 0. The Toronto Daily Mail, May 10, 1881. Earned runs, New York 5, Philadelphia 3. First base on errors, Philadelphia 3. Left on bases, New York 6, Philadelphia 11. Base on balls of Carlick 4. Off Mall 2. Struck out by Carrick 3. By Mall 2. 3 base hits, LaJoie and McFarland. 2 base hits, Warner and Foster. Sacrifice hit, Delhanty. Stolen bases, Van Hartland, Doyle, Slagle. 2. Cross double plays, Wolverton, LaJoie, and Thomas. Flick and Delhanty. Davis and Doyle. Hit by pitch, ball by Carrick. 1. Wild pitch, Carrick. Umpire, McConnelly. Time 2 hours and 40 minutes. The Desert News, January 14, 1903. Brooklyn Wampy made a good play on Olson's puzzling bounder near second and threw the hitter out. Jonathan bounced a single off Kovalevsky's shins. The ball caromeling to foul ground near third base before Covey recovered it. Knees ran for Johnston, Graphic, Forrest Nets at second. Wemby to Sewell. Sewell dropped the ball as he was about to try for a double play, but the putout on Nels had been completed. Wheat forced Griffith at second. Sewell to Wemby. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Desert News, February 17, 1905. New York candidates for the Colombian football team have been ordered by Charlie Crowley, nearly appointed varsity coach, to report for spring practice on April 14th. New York Wisconsin University has entered a crew in the annual Intercollegiate Championship, be held on the Hudson River next June. Massachusetts Tech declined an invitation. Times Daily, February 14, 1925. Al Simmons got back into action yesterday but failed to get any results, and his average, which leads baseball's Big Six batters, fell 3 points to .382 as he made 3 fruitless trips to the plate. Babe Ruth, however, suffered an equal loss, failing to connect in 4 times up, and Simmons still held a 5-point lead. Chuck Glenn made the day's only gain in the Big Six. He had 4 hits and 9 tries to draw 2 points closer to Virgil Davis, National League leader. Glenn gained a point and Davis lost 1, hitting once and 4 times up. The Montreal Gazette, September 7, 1931. And as if that little wrestle didn't pack enough argument, there's another row cooked up by the 15 leagues, which didn't operate in 43 but paid their National Association dues. They're howling for the new voting privileges, which were taken away from them by a ruling of Burnham after a mail vote of 9 active leagues last season. The Texas League, which hopes to start it again in 44, leads this parade. The Palm Beach Post, November 26, 1943. A pitcher removed for a pinch hitter or for other than a rules infraction could re-enter the game 1 full inning later. A player sent into a game as a pinch hitter could remain in the game or be used as a pinch hitter or a fielder the second time, providing 1 inning intervened between his 2 appearances. Harridge
expressed the opinion that the proposed change may contain some flaws we have not discovered. He added. The Gazette, August 1, 1958. Howard Crosley, Jr., who died yesterday, directed that ownership of the Cincinnati Reds baseball club be held by a new profit foundation, and he expressed the wish that the club remain in Cincinnati. His daughter announced today. Crosley, principal owner of the club since 1934, died of a heart attack. He bought the club when it was in ownership default and kept in here despite reports in recent years that the franchise would be moved. The Miami News, March 29, 1961. Page signed a contract with the Atlanta Braves Monday aimed at providing him with the benefits of baseball's pension plan. He needs 158 days to qualify for the 5-year pension, which pays $250 a month at the age of 65. The Sumter Daily Item, August 13, 1968. The 13-meter House group, with only one opposing vote, did not recommend that baseball be stripped immediately of the protection it has enjoyed under a 1922 Supreme Court decision. The panel said such legislative action should await a further study by a successor committee to see if a general potential sports interest bill might be needed. The Pittsburgh Press, January 14, 1977. Paul Molitor became the fourth Brewer to hit for the cycle as Milwaukee snapped an 8-game losing streak by beating the Minnesota Twins 4-2 Wednesday night. Molitor tripled in the first inning, singled in the third, doubled in the fifth, and led off the seventh with a home run off loser Kevin Tampini. 2-3, Molitor grounded out to third in the ninth to finish 4 for 5. Lakeland Ledger, May 16, 1991. Mickey Mantle, 63, the superstar slugging center fielder of the New York Yankees of the 1950s and 1960s, whose baseball feats and golden good looks made him an American legend, died of liver cancer yesterday at Baylor University Medical Center in Dallas. His life in baseball and afterward was the pith and marrow of the basics American myth, and it reflected high tremor and tragedy. Mantle was the clean-cut country boy from Commercy, Oklahoma, and the Commercy joined the Yankees at age 19, overcoming adversity early and taking the big city by storm. Mickey Mantle, Legend of Baseball, 1995. Over the last decade, Major League Baseball has been forced to confront revelations about the use of performance-enhancing drugs by many of the game's top players. Some of baseball's most cherished storylines have been tainted by performance-enhancing drugs, including the accomplishments of record-setting home run hitters and dominating pitchers. Steroids in Baseball, 2010. Baseball was first introduced as part of the 1912 Olympic Games in Stockholm, Sweden. In this competition, as well as the next 4 Olympic appearances, baseball was a one-game expedition played by athletes already competing at the Games and other events. On July 15th, a team from the United States downed the Swedish Veterans Club 13-3, and Olympic baseball was born. Olympic baseball history, October 13, 1986. Berlin, January 14th. The Prussian budget estimated for 1903 shows a default or $18,175,000, which will be covered by a new loan. The revenue is estimated at 650,551,482. The ordinary expenditures at 629,092,408, and the extraordinary expenditure at 39,634,074. The Desert News, January 14th, 1903.